everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCalSabre here. And thanks for checking out this video, the January 2023 monthly wrap-up. I will be covering a few things today. The channel's still growing. It's at a little bit slower of a pace right now. As of this morning, we have 624 subscribers, and I appreciate every single one of them, the new ones all the way to the old ones. You know, you can help the channel to keep growing by going down there sometime and hitting that like button on this video. If you haven't done so yet and you're watching it, just go ahead and subscribe, and that'll help out. And also, you know what helps out is when you guys put remarks in there and allow me to give you feedback or answer your questions. This is a question and answer period also. So if you are live, and then go ahead and, you know, put some remarks in there. Come on in live. I see one person watching, and come on in and say hi. And then if you're not watching it live, you know, put something in the remarks. I will get back to you. I answer all comments. And like I said, this is a question and answer period. I'll be covering the January activities that would happen, February plans, my favorite sports teams, and lastly, at the end, a little bit on me. Meandering Mike is on board. Thanks for joining me today, Mike. Hope you enjoy what I got to say here. All right, January. You know, counting this broadcast, I think there's been 16 videos published. And they cover, you know, they covered as far as the PC games. I've got American Truck Simulator and Tower 3D Simulator 3, which I'm learning. I still want to play 3D Pro though, because I like that one, or Tower 3D Pro. Yeah, right. Okay, then on the videos this month have covered hockey games, basketball board games, and board games. I did a demo on one and an unboxing. So the request, one was completed, and it was the one request that I had was do a broadcast of a superstar baseball playoff game, which I did do. Other requests I'm still working on. The only one I have I'm still working on is Brothers at War. I'm waiting for some table space, and then I'll get back to working on that. So, you know, if there's something that you'd like me to do or say, or do or look at, you know, just put it in the remarks. And I'll look at it, and if I can do it, I'll let you all know. And if I can't, I'll let you know why also. And like I said before, this is a question and answer period. It doesn't have to do anything with what the subject I'm talking about. If there's something else you want to ask me about, feel free to. The only things I won't respond to are any questions regarding religion or politics. Too many arguments, too many wars in the world have started over that too. So I just leave it off my channel. Okay, what else happened in January? Well, in the game night, which is the third Wednesday of every month, there's four of us, me, my grandson, a friend AJ, and another friend Enrique get together, and we play games, and everybody gets to pick one every month. And so this month I picked Wonderland's War. I got that on Kickstarter, and I'm going to tell you, that is really, first time we had to play it, that is really a good game. Everybody really, really enjoyed it. You know, check it out. You know, even one guy that's, every month we change who picks. Like the month AJ picks Nemesis, then it's Enrique, and Enrique says, boy, I might even pick this game again. I like it so much. In fact, it is out there, back out on Kickstarter as a late pledge. If you think you might like it, you might still be able to catch it. See what this question is. Does Brothers at War have multiple battles? Yes, it does. It has multiple scenarios, and that's really good. It's got a nice learning scenario. I'm just having a little bit of an issue with something in it. But I think I was too busy when I was trying to learn it the first time. So when I get it back on the board this time, I'm going to give it more attention, and I'm going to try to not be learning other games at the same time I'm learning that one. That might help, because I was learning multiple games before, and the old brain, you know, doesn't work so well. But it does. It has multiple scenarios, and that's pretty cool. And, you know, so what I've seen so far, the graphics are really nice on the counters and the maps and that. And so I'm looking forward to getting back to it. So thanks for asking that, Mike. Uh, let's see what one like I said, Wonderland's War is out on Kickstarter. I went out there on Kickstarter and ordered because I found out there's an expansion. You know, it's not too much. It was like $40 or something like that. I wanted to add it to the game. I really like it, and I can't wait to actually get that on the table again. If I can get a few more other family members or friends learning on it, that will come over like on a Saturday and play or something like that, or Sunday. We can get it out because it is 2 to 5 players, which is and what else did I do in January? Okay, normally every year around the second week of January, I start watching other people's top board games for 2022, and I did it again this year. And I add to my what I call my wish list. It'll never be completed, but I did order three. Like I need a hole in the head. Like I need more games. Okay, I ordered the three. I ordered Boone Lake, an Alexander Pfister game. I ordered Endless Winter. Boone Lake is in. Endless Winter, and I did an unboxing of Boone Lake. Endless Winter is in. I haven't even hit that unbox yet. And the third one is titled Encyclopedia, and I ordered that one. It is on order. And all three of the games showed up on quite a few of the people's top lists for the month. So I went and checked them out, and I said, these are the three they can order. I do this every year in January. I order three. Then I get kind of, you know, not into buying any more board games. Maybe a war game or something. I have a couple of war games on Kickstarter that should be coming in pretty soon. They'll both be Civil War type actions. And so there's the three are in. And I also, when I was looking at those videos, I was also kind of surprised because it was before we played it, but Wonderland's War showed up on a lot of people's videos in the top 10. Some of them in the number one. They're number one for the year. No, so I played it in 2023, and so I'm sure that it'll be in contention at the end of this year. All right, what do I got working for February? Okay, I know what's on the table and working at this moment, still in January. Well, I just finished developing my my broadcast for Tuesday at 4 p.m. and it's going to be on my fourth album review. Everybody knows since COVID started, I am listening to every single one of my albums over again, and then I make notes as I goes along how well I liked it, then I do after every 50 albums I do a wrap up and I can do a top 10. Then after I'm all done, I'm getting pretty close to the end, and when I'm all done, I'll take all the top 10s and I'll do the best. So check it out, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let your friends that are music lovers know about it. They might get a kick out of some of the ones that I picked for this review anyway. Like I say, this is the fourth review. And let's see what else I got going on here. Okay, I will. Stratomatic basketball is on the table. Its turn came up, and I will probably do a couple videos on that. And the project that I have working on that, I started at the Boston Celtics 2009 replay. The project, when I started it, I had done 5 games, and Celtics, I believe, are 4-1 at this time when I resumed the project. In real life, they were 5-0. Okay, and then let's see. I have Raiders of the Deep. It's a war game. It's a solo war game. It's on the table. Videos will be coming. It's a U-boats, German U-boats in World War I. Really cool game. I looked at my thing. I haven't played it in about 2.5 years. It's some of the old games I want to try to get out and really play again, so I can have some fun and not have to learn everything so much. Then that was one of them that I picked out. Last year I did Silent Victory, which is submarines, U.S. submarines in World War II. This is German submarines in World War I. And also Imperial Settlers, Empires of the North. I've been playing that. I've brought that one back to the table. It's a 1 to 4 player game. I did a couple solos on it. So probably can see one more video, and then that'll be out, and then another one will be coming in. And then shootout hockey is still on the table. It's been a week or so or more since I've did that. You'll probably see one or two more shootout hockey videos, and then another game will be getting its turn on the table. So that's what I got going on. It's still going on in January. February coming up. Okay, like I said, I got the top album review coming up on Tuesday, which is the 31st, so it's not really February. I plan on continuing with my American Truck Simulator. I'm up in Montana right now, and I finally got there. And I plan on trying to get a load to go into Billings, and then when I get into Billings, I want to buy another garage, buy a truck, and then get another driver so I have some work going out of Billings, and then I'll do a few drive or loads in Montana, and then I'm going to head west to the northwest. I don't think I have anything working up there as far as across there as far as garages and that. Anything north of California, I think California is the most northern one I have working on there. Then I'll be doing Tower Sim 3 some more. I'm still learning that. I just got a new video coming out on it pretty soon, maybe tomorrow or the next day. I forget what it is. I'm still learning. It's completely different than Tower 3D Pro. I'm going to plan on continuing Tower 3D Pro because that was quite an over the long time that I played it was quite a monetary investment. I just hate to let it go to waste at this time. But Tower Sim 3 offers a lot of different stuff. I got to get used to it. I watched a video from a YouTube friend of mine that this morning, and he gave me some more ideas as I was watching him work it. Sports games, like I said, Stratomatic basketball is on the table. When it finishes a couple games and a couple videos, it'll come off. And I'm thinking I'm going to bring 4th Street basketball back. I took that off my rotation a long time ago because I was disenchanted. I guess the only thing I can think of is disenchanted because it takes a long time. Well, all the basketball, all the football games, most hockey games except shootout hockey take a long time. So I remember liking what the gameplay and the contents of 4th Street basketball. So I'm going to bring it out and I'm going to give it another chance. And then hockey after shootout hockey. Right now I'm thinking APA hockey. APA hockey may make its way to the table. It's that or Stratomatic hockey, but Stratomatic's on the table now. Basketball, so I'm going to give them a bring APA back because the APA baseball is not being played now in the wintertime. So, and then as far as board games, Moon Lake, which I did an unboxing for, is I set while I was watching the Sabre game last night. I punched it all out. It's ready to start being learned. I just got to get some table space for it, and I'm hoping to be able to do a demo of the solo play of it. This is an Alexander Pfister game, and I have a couple of friends that have played Alexander Pfister games with me before. The name of those games are Great Western Trails and Maracaibo. So if I can get one or two of them to bone up and learn the game and come over, it should be a good time playing multiplayer. But it does have solo in it. Just about anymore. I got away from buying any board games that don't have the solo mode in it because I'm still I'm pretty secluded still. I don't go to a lot of places. I visit my local game store and I visit my local record store, and that's about it. I go in. There's hardly anybody customers in there, and I always wear a mask. But yet, I wear a mask, and then in November I still got sick and ended up in the hospital. So go figure. All right, so then board games after Raiders of the Deep. I'm going to be bringing out another war game that I've played in the past, but I'm not sure which one it is. I had an idea last night. I might be doing. Oh my goodness gracious! I can't think of the name of it right now. It has to do with Guadalcanal. It's from Academy Games. So I can't remember the first part of it. So again, if there's something that you would like me to, to look at doing or bringing out for you that I have, or I have the ability to get it, I will take a look at it. Okay, remember, like I said, please don't help the channel grow. Take a second, go down there and hit that like button and subscribe. Put some comments in the remarks sections, and let me know what you think, what you want to hear. All right, we're going to cover my favorite pro sports teams, the Detroit Tigers. That's in the offseason. They did make a trade. They traded Juan Soto and Cody Clemens. Yeah, that's Rogers' son. In return for three players unknown to me. Okay, time will tell. The big news for Detroit. Thank you, meandering Mike. Yes, it is. Conflict of Heroes, Guadalcanal. Thanks for getting the old brain. I played it before, but it's been quite a long time. I do have Conflict of Heroes, Awakening of the Bear, but I have never broke that one out yet. And so let's see what I was talking about. Oh, the Detroit. The big news for the Detroit Tigers is Comerica Park is moving its walls in, especially center field. That's about time. That is a monster park. You know, I'm thinking Miguel Cabrera's going, oh my God, why didn't you do this 10 years ago? I probably would have had 650 home runs by now because that park is just so big. It rides a lot of players' home runs. So we'll see what happens in that. See if their home run output increases. Probably be the visitors that increase more. Then the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, you guys know I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. Overall, I can say that it was a good season and it ended with a big disappointment, but not surprising. I watched them decline over the last 4 weeks of the season, and then in the playoffs, the win over Miami showed that they were no longer a real good team. In fact, the day before they played the Bengals, my son-in-law was over. He was helping taking down my outside Christmas tree lights and that. And we were talking, and he says, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if Dallas and Buffalo got in? Because the last time either one of them were in the Super Bowl was when they played each other." I says, "Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen." He says, "Why?" I said, "Because I don't think Buffalo could beat Cincinnati or Kansas at this point in time." And the next day, they got whipped by Cincinnati. Yeah. First guy they have already fired is the defensive backs coach. And I think they need to go a little bit higher looking at that, what's going on. So anyway, that was my prediction to my son-in-law, and it came true. Well, Boston Celtics, man, they won last night against the Lakers in overtime. I think they're 36-15. What a great start they're having. Tatum and Jaylen Brown both on the Eastern All-Star team. There's a lot of rumors going around right now that because the trade line's the end of February, that they're going to make a trade and it's going to include getting rid of Jaylen Brown. I hope not, because I think that will prove to be a big mistake. They still could use a really, really good, strong, big guy in the middle. I mean, they got Al Horford and they got Robert Williams the third, and they do a really, really good job. And well, I would be hesitant to. One of the rumors I read this morning was that they were talking to the Lakers about getting Anthony Davis and Jaylen Brown will be part of the trade. I don't like that. Yeah, Anthony Davis has been an all-star. He's a great player, but he, in the last couple of years, has just injured too much. And I couldn't go. I would not like that at all. And so they're doing really great. I'm really happy for the Celtics. And then, lastly, my favorite team is the Buffalo Sabres. And I'm wearing a Sabre hat with the old goat head on it because they've been wearing their black and red goat head at home for about 9 games this year. Man, what a turnaround they had. They had that 8-game losing streak, and then they started to turn it around and they started to win. And all of a sudden, they had a 3-game losing streak. But all teams do that, but they turned it around. And they've just been on a tear lately. Uh, they just finished last night. They finished a 4-game road trip with some tough teams, and they came away with 7 of the 8 possible points. That got them because Pittsburgh lost last night within 1 point of the last playoff position and 2 points behind the other one. Well, it's going to be a real battle because there's 5 teams because the 2 teams behind them, the Islanders in Florida, both won last night. So they're like 1 or 2 points behind Buffalo. So it's a crazy group of 5 teams right in there. It's going to be fun. I predicted at the beginning of the season that they would be better, but I didn't think they'd make the playoffs. Now, I hope they prove me wrong. I know they are better already. We know that. They right now are the top scoring team in hockey. as far as the goals per game average. You know, they have 20 plus goal scorers right now. The only other team in hockey that has that many is Edmonton. You know, and that's Connor McDavid and Draisaitl and those guys. Those guys score a lot of things. So you know, they're on the road. They're back coming back home now. They got one more game next Wednesday, and then they got 10 days off. And I hope that doesn't lose their momentum. 10 days is because of the All Star game break, the way just the way it falls, and they and some of the teams they have games at hand. Like Washington's 2 points ahead of them, and Washington's playing today. So if or Washington loses, they'll remain 2 points ahead of Buffalo, but Buffalo will have 3 games in hand on them. That's a possible 6 points. So they got to use those games in hand. Pittsburgh, who's one just ahead of them, they have this equal amount of games played, point in time. So you know, and put down there what you guys think is going to be the winning in the football games today. I'm picking Cincinnati and San Francisco. You know, let me know what you guys are. If you watch this in time, let me know who you pick. All right, now let me conclude for me. You know, I'm doing fine after my hospital stay. It took me a while to get my mind and my body strong enough to be able to do anything, but I'm back. You know, I guess I could say what's normal for me right now. You know, sleep issues are still a problem, but you know, I still make my stops like I talked about before, and I wear a mask. You know, and I have to take because of when I was in the hospital last time, I had atrial fib, and so now I have to take heart meds, and I got to record my BP every day, and you know, take it and record it. So there were no big things. You know, I hate adding to the already ton of meds I already have to take, but that's okay. I have an appointment for my heart at the arrhythmia clinic here in about another week or so. So I'm doing all right. I am back to driving a little bit more in the interstates. I did make my first trip last week on the interstate from Victorville to Redlands and back to go to the doctor's appointment. And you know, that was okay. A little apprehensive at first, but I got out of it. I guess I'll always be a little apprehensive after that time and crashed. I passed out and crashed. You know, so but I'm still here kicking, still playing games. You know, so that's it. I see some really cool T-shirts on Facebook that talk about how I'd rather play games than think about my old man issues and the other ones like that. They're pretty cool stuff. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. You know, I hope you have a great day. So this is SoCalSabre. I will definitely meander and Mike. I'm following you on your channels also. So thanks for stopping by. SoCalSabre saying take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.